Okay, hey, welcome back to a weekly recap on our high probability options trading strategy. So, it moves fast. That's all I can say. I'll start it with it moves fast. If we go to the chart of Tesla, so let's take a look at Tesla. Look at this thing. It's crazy. I didn't remember I said in my last video, which I just released, and I apologize, I was a little tardy there. But I said I was going to do a 50%. Once I had a 50% profit, I would get out. Well, I didn't get to it in time. I'm at a 90% here. And I'm at even more. I'm at like an 80% with my spread. So, and how, easiest way, I think I showed you this the last time. Usually what I do, I get out at an 80%. So I take what I got. So if we look at our put here, we, generated a $278 return, or we got $278, in credit. So I usually multiply that times 0.2, and that'll tell me what to buy it back for. So it would buy it back at 56 cents. I usually just do an even number, so I'll do it at 50 cents. I didn't put any GTCs in there because of what happened last time I explained. So I was just going to monitor it, and I was going to get out at 50%. So if we go back to that 2.78 and just divide it in half, I should have gotten out at $1.39. So you can see it's at 16 cents. So we'll close it out. So unfortunately, I mean, this is a good problem. It's not a bad problem, but we'll go ahead and buy this thing back. Sorry for whatever reason. This is going really slow. I'm not even going to adjust it here. Normally I do, but we'll just, go ahead and give me my 18 bucks. Or take my 18 bucks, that's fine. And then we'll go to our spread and do the same thing. Now, if you have a Thinkorswim platform, or I don't know how the other platforms are, but if you have Thinkorswim, sometimes it can be confusing when you have many trades in here. You can't just find this one to close out. So a trick is to just highlight the two, because this is the spread. Right click and say create closing order, and you'll see it'll buy back the three verticals at 12 cents. Again, just to show you the math on that. We got 95, was it 90? Yeah, we got 95 cents. So if we were to divide that in two, we should have bought it back at 48. That would have been a 50% profit. So again, good problem to have. So we'll go ahead and buy back our three. I won't adjust it again. Actually, I'm just going to move it up. It automatically adjusted it for me. I'll move it up, and that'll ensure it'll buy it back. So it'll cost us 42. So we're good. Total in 42. Remember that it was only 12 cents per. We had three contracts. So okay, we generated some returns there. I haven't looked at and look at our monthlies. Same thing. Let's see, for our monthly vertical, we got 40 cents. So let's see what those are at right now, because we would want to be at 20 cents, right? So if I shift right click, I'm not sure why my platform is running so slow. I can buy back at 9 cents. So those things are pretty profitable if we look at, so if we were to do what I usually do, which is 80%, so we got 40 cents per contract, so I multiply that times 0.2, so I would have bought them back at 8 cents. So we're kind of right in the 80%, and whoops, sorry, just didn't expect Tesla to jump. Now I want to give a caveat here. You see how Tesla really jumped. Just understand Tesla can do the exact opposite of that. It can really fall. So that's why high probability options trading can be a little bit misleading. It looks like we're buying back for a lot, but remember, we generated $600 in credit here. So we're making 450 bucks, which is pretty darn good we placed these on the 31st. So pretty darn good. And actually, let me adjust it. Let me adjust that price to the 12 cents and I'll go 13. That'll ensure it'll do it, because we were supposed to get out at 50%. So that filled, and then let's take a look at our put. So we got 540, so that's at the price too. we were going to get out at a 50% return. So 540 divided by 2, we should have got out at 270. It's at $1.91. So we're good there. So we can go ahead and get out of this one. God, this thing is really slow. So we can go ahead and we'll just keep it at the $2 limit. Remember, we made 540, so we're going to make 340 in total. And basically, what's that? What's today? Today is the 6th. So in basically 7 days, we generated $340. Pretty good. So we'll go ahead and send that off. And you're going to see when we get into February and I do the 80%, we'll be in the trades longer, which actually increases our risk a little bit more because we're open to that volatility in the market, especially with Tesla. But when they work out, we generate more in income, right? But again, high probability trading, it's almost one of those you want to take your profits and run kind of thing. So, okay, so now let's go to Tesla. So we were in the 8 and 15 Jan for our weekly, so we don't want to go back into those. We could, but we've already generated income. This is how I do it. If I'm doing trading to generate income on the weekly scale, once I've generated that income for that week, I don't go back into that week. You can, but I don't. I just go back out. For me, this gives me a little bit more cushion if something goes wrong, because now I got 15 days as opposed to 5 or 7. And you will generate just a little bit more because you're a little bit farther out, and you can see. So now we're going to generate for this weekly. The last one we generated 200 and some odd bucks, 280, 278 between the puts and the verticals. And now you can see we're at the 390 mark, right? So again, I'm going to bring it up to, we'll go in between the mid. It's going to just grab the mid. So we're going to sell one of these suckers. This is at our 90%, right? Because 631, Tesla's at 769, and that's what they're saying. And let me just cancel that out real quick so we can make sure. 635, we're looking at the probability of expiring out of the money. That's what that means. And we're looking at the 90%. So that's the one. So let's go ahead and confirm and send that one off. And then remember, do your vertical in a different calendar. Don't do it in the same calendar, because it really kind of messes with the platform, because the platform can't see what, like a human. It's just a computer, right? So we're at the 635, so we'll go to the 29 January and do the vertical there. So we'll change this to vertical, and we'll sell the 635. You want to make sure you're selling the 635, okay? So don't do this one. This would be selling the 637. Remember, whenever you do a put vertical, also known as a bull put vertical, because it's bullish, you're always selling the higher strike and buying the lower strike. That's what gives you that credit, okay? So we generated 390. Oops. So I'm going to get 25 cents. So 4, 8 would be 2, 16 would be 3. So, wow. Am I doing that math right? Let's see. Oh, no, I'm not doing the math right. 15. I was doing it right to begin with, right? 15? I was doing it right to begin with, and then for whatever reason, 450, that's close. And I like to keep an even number of contracts. Don't tell me why. Like, I shouldn't say even, but, well, that's not an even number, 15. Really, we should do 14 would be an even number. Let's do 14. Oops, wrong way. 16 would be an even number. Let's do an even number here. And we're right at the number now, so 378. So let's go ahead and send that one off. So those are our weeklies. My vertical is not going to place, so let's just drop it down a penny. When you tend to go farther out, especially like if you do leap options, when you go leap options go really far out, you kind of have to go in between the mid and the asking, so that it fills. You can see the market's going to kind of play around here. It is the paper, and sometimes this happens on the real one, but okay, so that was, and it placed. So those were our weeklies. So now we go out to our monthlies, and our last monthlies were 5 Feb and 29 Jan. So we want to go past that, right? So 5 Feb, there was the 29. So we want to go to 12. We want to go a month, right? So we want to go to the 12 February. Let's look at the 19 February. And let's choose a single here and look for a 90% out of the money. Last week when I was doing this, I was saying I couldn't find 90%, and I was looking in the wrong column. All right, so there's a 90% out of the money. It's a 520. So we'll go ahead and sell this one. Good God, I keep forgetting. Remember that little trick? Let's go up to the 580 mark here. And if it doesn't, we'll drop it down to the 575. Okay. And again, let me point this out. Okay. It's good revenue. Everyone always focuses on their income and they lose sight of this. This is your risk, 51 grand. They say max loss because if Tesla went out of business. Now, we know that that's probably not going to happen, but there is the underlying possibility it could happen. So you always have to be cognizant of your risk. Okay, so 520 was our strike price. So let's go to the verticals and go to the next one out. Remember last week we couldn't get the 520, or we couldn't get the same strike. And same thing here. Can't get it. Can get it there. So it could be because it's a weekly. So let's go to the 19 March, and that is exactly why. So it was a 520 strike. Remember, that's the one we want to sell. There it is. So we'll sell the 520 and buy the 510. And we generated, I think, 500. Is that what we generated? Let me just double check it. We generated 580. Okay, so we're going to sell like 5 of these suckers because they're generating some pretty good cha-ching. Yeah, 550. But again, let me point this out. I like to point this out. Look at the difference in risk when you do a spread. You're still risking a lot to make a little. I mean, that is a big risk. This is why I don't do high probability trade. I usually do something. I use a totally different system, but I'm not risking. My risk rewards are usually either 1-to-1, 1-to-2, or 1-to-3. So the max I risk is like, to make 550, the max I would see on my risk when I do my normal trading is I might be risking $700 or $800 to make 550. But I generally don't do this kind of risk. But I'm open to new things and trying them out. And again, this test is going to go on for a year. I'm going to lose a lot of you, and that's okay. The few that stick around, it'll benefit you. I know it will, because I was one of those persons that stuck around my mentor, and it surely benefited me. So, all right, that's working. Let's just change it real quick. It's at 110, 112. I will just keep it. It might fill. Hopefully that'll fill. That'll take care of this week's. You can see I got to just adjust my spreadsheet. I'll bring it over here. Right now we're at this is our net profit. This is what we made. Oh, no, it's not. It's going to be less than that because I didn't put in the new, I bought all these back, right? So our net profit's going to be probably somewhere around $3,800. Pretty darn good considering we started this right before Christmas, 2 weeks before Christmas. So again, it's easy, and you tend to see a lot of this on YouTube, and some of the gurus I've followed, I've watched their videos. They'll show this stuff. The market's going to fall at some point. It always does. even Tesla, it's going to do one of these numbers here. It's just going to. This is a 1-year chart. Let's go back a 5-year chart. It's kind of tough to see, but look at how volatile starting in 2019 Tesla was. You can't really see it unless we zoom in on some of these things here, but these are, that's a lot of volatility. So Tesla is going to go through this. It always does, right? Look at these volatilities. This was a high of 74, it dropped all the way to 51. That's a huge drop, and it did that in a few weeks. So you got to expect this is going to happen to us during this test as we're playing this out. So it's something we always are mindful of. That's why I said in my last video, I'll reiterate it again, you have to be able to get into your platform every day so that this surprise today with Tesla jumping through the roof could have been a surprise in the opposite direction. And I could have missed getting out at a 50% loss. I could be at a 100% loss right now. 100% loss, when we look at that one spread I showed you, right? That one spread, 100% loss was going to be $4,500. One of these at 100% loss wipes out all our credit. Okay, and that's the reason for this test, because high probability options trading is a big thing. I see it on Facebook chat groups. I see it everywhere. Everyone loves out of the money spreads because they think you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. You can, and you got to be mindful of it. And that's the reason for this test. Who knows? Maybe we'll, as a team, come up with a way to create a template that actually puts it in our favor, and we can generate some decent income from it. So, anyway. That is it. One last caveat. I put a lot of the links down below. Also, please give it a thumbs up if you like the video. Give it a thumbs up. It helps with my algorithms. It'll get them out there. I can get more than, I think, 19 people looking at my videos. The goal this year is to at least get to 100 people that are looking at my videos constantly, because we offer so much. I offer training through the Success Academy, MarketClub options, and we're rolling out some new strategies this year, which are fantastic. These are strategies that Travis has been testing for years, and I actually implemented this past year, which turned out to be a fantastic trading year for me. And for all of our students as well. We had our final live call, and a lot of our students that got on were just it was amazing to see. If you look at the market, I charted the market. If you bought the SPX on the first day of the year in 2020 and you sold it on the last day of the year of 2020, you would have made about a 16.5% return, even with the bear market, if you had stuck it out, which is fantastic. Most of our students smoked that number, and that's just a testament to Travis's training. So more training is coming out. If you stick with us, the more people we can get this out to, I think the better. I know the better, because my life has changed because of Travis. So anyway, lots of links down below. Please leave me a comment. I will get back to you, and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please subscribe. Share this with your friends. That is it. I will see you guys next week. Happy New Year 2021. I can't believe it. You guys take care. We'll see you next week.